The Plymouth Woodland project is led by the School of Biological Sciences at Plymouth University and funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund. The project is aiming to get local people and schools out into the city's woodlands to enjoy these fantastic natural spaces, and also to help scientists collect important data on the health of our urban forests.
They've got the poison gland.
A staggering 20% of Plymouth City is covered by woodland, and many of these woodlands are ancient habitats that survive in the heart of the city, surrounded by residential areas and schools. They provide an ideal habitat for a wealth of flora and fauna, but also an ideal resource to study ecology and wildlife, and for people to learn about natural processes. This project is working in partnership with the city's main woodland managers, Plymouth City Council, the Woodland Trust and the National Trust. By helping people to learn more about the woodlands and their wildlife, we are aiming to recruit citizen scientists to take part in fun studies in the woodlands, which will actually help inform their future management and conservation. Over the next 2 years, up until September 2015, we're going to be working with schools, youth groups and volunteers from across the city to engage them with their local woodlands and help people to learn about their local biodiversity and wildlife that's right on their doorstep. And working with children and families is a really important part of this.
So we hope that the project will provide communities with the opportunity to go into green spaces across the city. We're going to be working with different communities, with the schools and children's centres, etc., and getting them involved in ecology, showing them how to undertake surveys of invertebrates, and really provide useful information to enable us, people in the council and other woodland managers such as the Woodland Trust, to actually manage the woodlands better.
A study conducted by the Woodland Trust showed that 4 out of 5 children between the ages of 7 to 10 could not identify an oak tree, and half couldn't identify holly. What's even more concerning, and partly explains this trend, is that more than 40% of the children surveyed had never been to a wood. It's so important for children to be able to explore the natural environment at a young age. The National Trust has done extensive research into the value of children spending time in places like woods, and found that the first 11 years are particularly crucial for developing a connection with nature. To make sure we have a future where people are interested in the natural environment, it's really important to provide opportunities for children and families to explore and discover the amazing wildlife and nature that lives right on their doorstep.
Yes, we want to expand it in conjunction with the university and the Heritage Lottery as well, as part of the city expansion into all our woodlands, and it's bringing people on board then.
So, the Plymouth Woodland project is setting up a citizen science programme to monitor the health of woodlands in the city, and it is hoped that the project will inspire people from all backgrounds to take an interest in the natural world, whilst also helping scientists record observations that can help improve our understanding on how best to conserve these habitats. The surveys that we are asking people to take part in will help collect data on issues that are important for woodland management at a site level, for example finding out how much dead wood there is, what types of dead wood are present, and how decayed it is, to gaining information on larger scale conservation issues such as the impact of climate change on trees. What we hope is that at the end of the project we will have encouraged more families and communities to use the city's woods and to take a closer look at the biodiversity around them. We also intend that by running regular sessions in particular woodlands and through training schools, friends groups and community groups, there will be people who will be able to work with the woodland managers to help them monitor the woods more closely in the future. I'd like to think of this project as being a bit like an acorn, and that by planting it down here in Plymouth, it will be able to grow and spread its branches and maybe have influence in other parts of the UK and beyond. Because to really understand how our woodlands are changing, we need to use citizen science and we need to involve the public. And the plan is that this project will provide a blueprint for doing that. What's more, we need people to enjoy woodlands. The trees, the mud, the dead leaves, the spiders and beetles, the mosses, the birds, all the vital parts that make up these fantastic ecosystems. Because otherwise, who will care if we look after them or not?